Right now, we're going to bring in a guy, Connor Johnson, the head coach of the Delaware Blue Coats, the Sixers G League affiliate. Connor, calling us from the bubble. How you doing?
I'm doing good, fellas. Can't complain. How about you two?
We're doing well, although Jason got kicked off the air a couple minutes ago. So if he doesn't get to ask questions, it's much like when we tried out for the team a couple years ago, and after just the warm-ups, Jason kind of disappeared.
Yeah, technology was not my friend. It's performed about as well as I did on the practice court that day for you.
The world's been a lot different, these last couple of months. But one of the things we were robbed of was watching you guys run the pick and roll at our tryouts. So, what are we going to do?
Look,
we'll try to get
when
back
I
to that
tried to
next
run
year.
that pick and roll, I believe you grabbed me by my shirt collar.
We're all learning. We're all learning.
What's it been like?
So, Connor, what's it? You're now in the bubble down in Disney, much like what was going on for the NBA last season. And what has it been like in the short term being down there? And what did you learn from the Sixers and the experience of the NBA that you're being able to implement in this situation?
Yeah, it's been great so far. We've been here about 10 days. We're on our 5th day of practice. So the first 5 days we got here, we were quarantined in our rooms and just getting tested every day. The G League and the NBA have done a great job setting this up in a safe way, and also a way that I think makes the players feel very comfortable. But like you guys are saying, a lot of this is very similar to what the NBA had. And so we've gotten a lot of good direction and information from our NBA counterparts who were here and spent a lot of time when they had their bubble and in the summer, and just what to expect and how to make the most of it and how to kind of utilize the players' time in the best way so that they're comfortable and that they're healthy and ready to play their best. So we've tried to take all that information and put it together and kind of learn from some of their mistakes and highlight some of their successes so that our guys who have now been here for 10 days are, I think, feeling really good. I think they're feeling comfortable. They're getting their legs back after a lot of time of not playing in the 2 weeks lead up. So being safe and smart about how to get them as healthy as possible, as fresh as possible, in the best possible shape that they can be in by the time our games start on the end of next week.
Having the situation with the bubble, how do you not just manage the time on the court and in practice, but manage the time off the court so that the guys don't get in their own heads or just get stuck in their room and get bored? What are you guys doing as a team?
Yeah, we have a lot of team activities, team meals, getting the guys to get outside. I mean, we're lucky to escape the Philadelphia, Delaware winter for a little bit and get to the 70 degrees here. I think that's been a bit of breath of fresh air. I think that also there's a lot of gym time. So a lot of this is just getting them back as quick as possible to the level that they might have been playing before. So that's getting them shots at night. That's getting them individual workouts. There's a lot of gym access that we have in our team. Our team, I think, has been designed well with good guys that want to play and that want to get better. So they've been dying to get in the gym, and we've been able to meet those needs.
Wait, Coach, you said that they got away from the winter weather up here. You're in Disney. They can create anything. You haven't been able to get Disney to make some snow so you can at least let them shovel?
I don't know if anyone's been asking for that. That might be the issue. I think maybe they could do it, but a lot of people don't. I'm not sure who's signing up for that right away.
Coach, I read that Shake Milton once said about you, he creates a competitive atmosphere. Sometimes you butt heads, but because you want to win, whatever drill is happening, and he's going to have some type of punishment. For me, it raised the stakes to another level. At the end of the day, he makes it fun for you, and he really cares about you. What is it like to have somebody like Shake Milton, who's now made it into the NBA the way he has, learn from you and then kind of credit you for his development?
Yeah, I mean, I think we couldn't think highly enough of Shake, and I think Shake is kind to say those things. I think he's had a lot of his success rides on his shoulders in the way that he works and what he's put himself through and the just maturity and skills that he's brought to it. But I think what he's hitting on the nail is what we're trying to do down here is create a competitive environment that brings the best out of our guys and making every drill something that they want to win, that they need to win to develop that competitiveness in addition to the skills that they need in order to really kind of thrive and survive at the next level. And so Shake is one that is near and dear to the Blue Coats' hearts. He's going to be a favorite for a long time. I love watching the Sixers have success with Ben and Joel and Tobias, but it is definitely not the same as a great Shake Milton game. That really, nothing fires me up quite like that. So it's good to see him playing so well, and I'm looking forward to watching him just have a long, successful NBA career. And he's a great example of what the G League should be. You know, we got him. Norvell Pell's a guy that you guys have seen play before, and he just got kind of called up in a roster spot with the Nets, and it's good to see some of our guys really starting to break through and have more long-term success than just kind of a fly-by-night stay in the NBA.
Well, that's it. The G League has now become a source of good players and great players that are coming from there and going to the NBA. It's not just a secondary league, and you have a responsibility to kind of help those guys develop and do what they need to do to get to the next level. The G League isn't just about developing players, though. It's also about developing coaches and GMs. You know, you've seen that. Elton Brand went from the GM of your team to the GM of the Sixers. What's it like to see the development of not just the players, but the front office and coaches like yourself?
I think there's, like you're hitting on, there's a lot of good examples of people who have the G League has been, or the D League as even was before, has been a instrumental part of their careers. I'm hoping it's an instrumental part of mine, but it's a great opportunity to learn, to have a lot of responsibility, that more responsibility than you might have at the higher level, and then kind of be able to learn from your mistakes and improve in that way. So it is great to see just around the league how many successful NBA people have had time in the G League. The G League has stats now about how it's some 46%, some high number, almost half of current NBA players have spent some time in the G League. So I think that it's getting its fair share of respect. And the other aspect is I think this bubble right here will be the most talented G League we've ever seen. That there's less teams. Some teams chose to opt out, so the players have been kind of condensed into a fewer amount of teams with less opportunity overseas, and players thinking that there's a higher chance of call-up given the current situation of the NBA. There's a lot of great talent in the G League, and I think there's a lot of good options for these NBA teams. So I expect a high number of call-ups from this current group that's playing down in Orlando.
Look, obviously you're not going to tell us who your favorites are on this team, but for people that haven't had a chance to study the roster yet, who are the players that you've looked at and you're just excited about and that we should all be looking forward to as the season starts next week?
Yeah, I think the obvious two so far are two-ways. Our two-ways have had a history of success, and with the Sixers, Shake being one of them, Norvell being another. So that's Paul Reed and Rajon Tucker. Paul Reed's a rookie out of DePaul. He got to play some significant minutes in that Denver Nuggets Sixers game when the Sixers were pretty shorthanded. He's an energy, high motor, 4'5", who brings a lot of natural athletic ability and size and length, and kind of refining his skill set to fit the NBA game will be one of our priorities. And then our other two who we just signed the Sixers just signed rather, is Rajon Tucker. And he's a big athlete, built like a linebacker, above the rim player who should fit naturally in a 3-and-D role. So those two are kind of the Sixer two-ways that will be playing for us. I think in general, our general manager, Matt Lilly's done a great job rounding out this roster with a lot of talent. You look at our team, of our 10 G League players, 7 or 8 have already played in the NBA. So for a lot of them, it's not even they've had that taste of success before, but now it's about what can they do to really stick and have some long-term success. So I'm happy with the roster. Haven't played yet, so we're undefeated thus far, so no one's got any complaints at this time of year, but I look forward to really getting going.
You know, a lot of the players have to get used to the traveling. It's not as easy as people think. It's a lot of on the road, although when you're at home, everybody loves watching you guys when you're in Delaware. You're now in one place. How does that help with the conditioning of the players and kind of keeping them fresh?
Yeah, I think it should help a lot. I mean, sitting in an airport for a couple hours, flying out to Canton, can really take the energy out of even like our youngest, freshest players. So I think the fact that They will be in one location. The fact that there's no travel, there's no logistical fatigue. All their focus can be on basketball. I think is a huge win for us. And then the other part is they've gone through a mild bit of adversity just with what it took to get here. That I think the sitting in your room all day with nothing to do, a couple Zoom workouts with our strength coach, and can fatigue them to some bit and kind of be a rough thing to get through. But it looks like that's behind us. Our guys are healthy and in great shape and in good spirits. And I think staying in one location down in Orlando in a warm location where they'll get to be outside and just locked in on basketball is going to be very healthy for their development.
You know, we're all rooting for you, but we are a little bit jealous of the fact that you keep talking about the warm weather and we just keep getting snow.
There's more basketball to it than just that, but it cannot escape our minds, you know.
Well, Coach, look, we look forward to catching up with you during the season in the bubble. We're looking forward to seeing the Blue Coats bring home a championship. Thanks for joining us.
No, great to talk with you guys. Appreciate it.
Take care.